Good afternoon. Donny Walker here. Just finishing an old school 372 for Thomas Chowan. He had already modified his muffler slightly, which looks really good, buddy. He did a good job. He did a nice cutout right here for an extra outlet right in this area. Not bad. You got a screen in there. He's no burrs left in there or nothing. Good job, bud. Yeah, that'll work just fine. Probably just about the same as what I would do with the two on the sides, plus leaving the stock one on the top as well. So he was wanting to make sure that the saw was in good shape. Well, it is. This thing's a 2007, actually. Sorry. 2007, but this thing hasn't been used much. It's a 372 XPG, which means, you know, it's a heated version, right? Heated handlebars, heated grip, heated carburetor. A lot of times on these saws, I used to take the heated carburetor pieces off because I had a few malfunctioned and then the heated handlebars didn't work all that great. So I just leave the carburetor part off for here on the West Coast. You don't really need it unless you go to Alberta, Saskatchewan work where it's, you know, under 10 below or so, eh? So at least the guys will still have their handlebar heat, which is really needed here in the cold weather and the rain. See my last couple of videos. Had those great days in the Auger Sports there. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, Dad, for coming. Just wanted to show Thomas the inside of this cylinder. It had a bit of carbon buildup in it, which is, you know, pretty normal, but I got it all cleaned up there, buddy. Got the combustion chamber all clean. It all ported up for you. It's going to be nice. You're going to love it. Piston itself still has pretty much all the horizontal machine lines on the piston like it's brand new. So this thing we really just broken in. It's going to rip for you. I'm going to put the unlimited coil on it, so I'll be setting the RPM with no bar and chain on it at around 14.2, 14. That's where I like them, and they go just fine and last long there too. I don't see anything, you know. Some people say, oh, you modify saws and they don't stand up or last. Well, that's bull poop. They last just fine. I got guys running old 372s, old 394s, 385s, you know. They've had them for 5-6 years at least, and they're still going, you know. Eventually on down the road, maybe you might get a bearing failure or something, you know, then wrecks it. But normally speaking, a good 372, the ones I've done through the years, which has been absolutely hundreds and hundreds of them, not thousands, never really had any problem. My top ends never go or anything unless the guys ran straight gas in it, or a side bearing might go, you know, and come up and some of the flashing takes out the piston in the cylinder. It's just not very often though. They're just good, reliable, good saws. You know, they go through parts like, you know, switch wires and switches and throttle cables, and you should change your fuel filter and plug every month. You know, it nickels and dimes you a little bit, but that's okay. You're making a good living with it, and it has great power for the falling needs you're doing, and it's smooth on your hands. That's why guys run these, you know. Years ago, we did a lot of ergonomic tests on these saws, you know, different handlebar shapes, the different angle of them, different thicknesses back here in the gas tank. If you notice now on the X-Mark saws, X-Torque saws and the newer series, 500 series, you know, your back handle grip, it fits you a lot better. This is kind of narrow here, but I remember years ago, these engineers came over from Sweden. We had different gas tanks. It was a little thicker, a little more rounder, so where your palm fits on, it fits in your palm better. Then they have to hear too on the handlebars. You know, they have always had the angle handlebar here, so it keeps your wrist straight, so you're not all like this all the time, right? So ergonomically, these are very good saws. But if you notice, the new saws all have that, you know, side piece like this on the back handle grip. This is a 562, right? You feel this one, it fits in your palm way better. It's a little wider, so your hand's not so close as much, and that makes your hand tired and gets seized up a bit. So having it a little bit bigger there and fitting your palm right is much better than this one that is quite narrow. So yeah, those tests they did here years ago worked out quite well for them. Huskies have always been known to be the most ergonomic saws. Definitely proven, man. Every follower on the coast can tell you that. You know, you put this against an old 066 still, night and day. But the 066 still, very reliable. One of the best ever built as well. Yeah, great power, good reliability. Never really any engine problems with those either. Just people that abused them, that's all. Just like everything else. So yeah, okay, some guys have been asking, you all probably been wondering, because you've got a lot of people bought tickets. Gonna do the saw draw after the weekend coming up here. I'm gonna try to do a little video with my friend Ray that was in the cancer hospital there for quite some time. And let you know the conditions and how he's making out, okay? So, yeah, someone's gonna win a nice 372 walkerized with your choice of bar and chain. And we'll be drawing that next week, okay? Thanks, everyone, for buying tickets and donating money to them. Not just bought a ticket. A lot of guys out there donated money as well. They bought two and said, here, keep the rest there for your buddy. His family really appreciates what I did for them and everyone else that has done for them. You know, it's not easy when you don't have an income and you got huge bills and medical costs and stuff. If that ever happens to me, I hope someone out there helps me out as well. Yeah, man, busy week, like I said. I've done a few saws today. 2 372s now, a 362 still, and a 550 Mark II. My friend Hud was just here. He runs a company called Branching Out Tree Service. He's actually going to come kart racing with me, him and his son and his daughters. So that's going to be nice. He runs the 550 Mark IIs, and he's the one I told you I put the full wrap handlebars on for him and bigger dogs I made, but now you can buy the bigger dogs from West Coast Saws that fit on those saws. That makes them great for falling. He runs 24-inch bars on them with Low Pro 3/8 chain. The still Low Pro 3/8 chain, which I believe is called, what's the number of it? I don't remember. Anyways, go to your local steel dealer, buy that Low Pro 3/8 chain that's got the chisel tooth type tooth on it, not the rounder tooth for the consumers. You'll love it. It's a great chain, just like the still 325 chain, like the 23 RS, I believe it is, with the chisel type tooth on it. A ripper chain, man. You can even grind that stuff and chisel grind it, and it just makes those little 261s, 362s if you're using 325 chain. Works tremendous. You know, got a lot of guys, I switched the 261s to 3/8 chain because a lot of guys think, a little chain doesn't last. It cut. No, that's wrong, man. It's faster and cuts fast as long as you're on the file and keeping an edge on it. You got to think about it. Less kerf it's taken and everything, right? You know, just the way it is. It works better. Just a lot of guys are old school and I don't want that little stuff. I hear it all the time from these old loggers and whatnot, eh? So anyways, yeah, that was good. You know, my buddy Hud there, like I say, that runs those 550 Mark IIs. He just said to me a minute ago, he was just here. I just love those 550s, Donny. You know, we just can't beat them. And he does a lot of work here in the big parks for the Parks Board of Canada, taking removals of dangerous trees down and whatnot. So he's taken down huge, massive cedars and firs and pulling those up in the tree and blocking down with them, eh? Just a great saw for that. Light, fast, that's what you want, man. Especially when you get in a bit of a pinch or a bind. Cut her off quick, you know, get it out of the way, and so you know, a little better for safety as well, right? Anyways, enough blabbing on today. There you go, Thomas chowing. This will be done today here, probably about 20 minutes. And Johnny will be getting it back to you. So, hey, keep your saw on the wood, stick in the ice, rubber on the road. Check out the walkersawshop.com online store. Have a great day. And, hey, CPI racing pipes for chainsaws. Awesome, man. My 592 with that auto tune actually worked fine. It was not a winner in that class, but I'm telling you, it's got a lot of potential, and I'm going to make it have more potential. And I'm going to get that sucker up front. Me and Chase are going to work on it, and he might run it a little bit more. The fella, young boy I was telling you about. Young man, I should say. I shouldn't call him a boy. Sorry about that, Chase. Anyways, yeah, man. Have a great week. It's Tuesday, 18th or something. Yeah. Have a great day. That's enough for today. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Thomas, for the business.